moms.
Hey, daughters.
Welcome to the Juggle is Real,
A mom and daughter show
about parenting and mental health
for moms and teens.
for moms and teens. So welcome back to season 2. And season 2, we decided to launch and focus on what, Sabrina?
Element.
On the elements specifically to support bringing more balance, more harmony. It's something that has been used since millennia, meaning Hippocrates, the father of medicine, used to use the elements when people were sick. And it was a way to help them come back to balance, right? And the elements that we have. And so they're really just like principles and qualities that we all have. And so last episode, we focused on what?
Fire.
Fire. Okay, so I thought it would be kind of cool. Pretend that you are in chemistry class. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have here? First of all, I just want to give a shout out to, this is Mimi from Mason Palo Santo. I'm just doing a little pivot here because this is such a beautiful candle. And she's another author of our book, Sacred Spaces 3. All right, so when you see this flame, fire, what are the qualities, the properties? Don't blow it out, okay? First of all, just
What are
can you
the property?
the qualities of it? So what does it do? It provides
Light.
heat. Light and heat, right? And so what do you think that is metaphorical or symbolic of when we say fire, a fire quality in your personality?
Something that's bold
Bold, yeah.
and like unique to yourself.
Yeah, yes, and it brings a
Yep.
lot of, so you bring the heat and the passion in a relationship, right? Or it's of yourself. So I don't want to just say in a relationship, but it's like these are qualities that you bring, that fire brings in you. Okay, so I just really wanted to reflect back on that. Okay, so that's the fire element. Okay, so now blow it out. Now, what do you have?
Nothing. Emptiness.
And you have air. You have air. Your idea is, okay, like air might seem like nothingness, but that's the idea, right? So you saw the smoke, and that's air, and that is what? Like scattered.
I don't know.
What? But did it scatter?
I suppose.
You suppose it did? Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to go to, do we need to start it? Should we go in chemistry class and should we talk about what happened when you blew it out?
No, I know.
All right, do it again.
You didn't tell me how to pay.
Fire.
You didn't tell me how to pay attention. You got that?
Here,
Cut
let's
this
do it
part out.
way. All right. All right, let's do it again. Oh, that's right. This is actually how you get to learn the elements. All right. So
My boldness.
fire, but just even honestly, just like feel it so you can remember. All right. All right.
It gone away.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
The air. Okay, so what are the qualities of air?
It spreads.
It spreads quickly. You can't even see it. It's hard to keep it in place.
It's like my kindness.
It's hard to also keep it in place too.
My humbleness.
Okay. All right. So I just keep that in mind as now I'm going to ask you to share, because how we've been talking about these elements. Did I miss something that you said?
No.
What? So do you remember when we were talking about the qualities of fire? The reason why when we talk about bringing things into balance, because these elements are about energy and how we express fire, right? So fire, remember, can provide the heat and the passion, but then it can quickly get out of control, right? So that was the principle of fire. So now back to air, we want to talk about skillful applications of air and then unskillful. And I want you to read it, because that way you can remember, all right? So skillful applications of air.
Mental, intellectual, abstract, rational, logical, conceptual, theoretical, communicative. Yeah. I said that right.
Communicative.
I said that right.
Yes, you did say that right.
Social, friendly, curious, inquisitive, alert, objective, impersonal, impartial, unbiased, fair, tolerant, unprejudiced. Yeah. Observant, clever, witty, versatile.
Versatile. Awesome, right? I mean, those are.
Yeah, that was great.
Right?
Was my punctuation? What's the word? The way I said the word.
Oh, your pronunciation. There we go. Okay. Very skillful. Very skillful. But actually, that is a part of air, is being able to dynamically deliver your words. That is a property
That
of.
was my whole point in that.
Okay. All right. So let's just share unskillful.
Spacey, ungrounded, intangible, ethereal.
Ethereal.
Yo.
Okay.
Let's cut that out.
No. Okay, go.
Over intellectual. Ooh,
Mhm.
that's a good one. Wordy. Verbose.
Verbose, just talking too much.
Nosy. Meddlesome. Gossiping. Uncaring. Detached. Aloof. Distant. Removed. Inconsistent. Flighty. Nervous. Indecisive. And superficial.
Okay. All right. So,
Indecisive is an unskillful application.
well, I think indecisive, that's a really good question. Indecisive can be unskillful, right? If you don't take another quality that we'll talk about later, like earth, and putting in structures in place to what do. Here's something really skillful about air: research, right? Do your studies so that from there, so that when you feel you've done some research or you've done what you needed to do to make a grounded, that's going to be an earth quality choice, a decision. All right. So let's talk about this, because this is really, honestly, Sabrina, the reason why this is going to be a skill, a skill to understand these elements, is that I really think it's going to help you in your relationship that you're having. Obviously, I'm very biased. I want it to help us in our relationship so that you understand my air qualities, right? And I understand your air qualities. And then also, like, sometimes, like, how skillfully or unskillfully that we apply it. So what skillful applications do you think that you express easily? Because the idea when we talk about elements is that we have all of these elements. And some of us have more qualities easily, right? And so learning about it is a way, again, to what I want to do is help support you in the awareness, right? So like gossiping, because talking to you're very social, right? You're very social. But sometimes what happens is that it can get gossipy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you think that when you're being gossipy?
When it's like the conversation 24/7, or it's like the only thing you talk about, then I feel like it's gossiping.
Is like what? No, I'm serious. Like, like 20, like I talk about.
No, like about like a specific situation that happened. If you were to talk about it 24/7, I feel like that's gossiping.
Oh, okay.
Rather than talking about it once, because you could just be talking about what happened to you or like your perception.
Okay. And also, is it like your dog's down here? And is it this guy's really has got a lot of air. He talks a lot.
Wait,
But
we should let him
also,
on the pod.
when I think about that too, are your words uplifting? Are they useful? That's kind of like how right? There's a way I think of having a conversation that is bothering you. You can offload it and share it with somebody, but in a way that I think is a super skillful quality is being curious, right? And just offering it and asking in a way of, like I remember when I first moved to DC from Chicago. I grew up in Michigan. I lived in Chicago. I moved to DC, and it's just different cultures, right? And I just remember calling my friend from home and just asking this question all the time, like, is this weird? Is this weird about like this person doing this or this person doing that, And I think that was almost a better way of framing something. I'm not saying I've never been gossipy, but I'm just saying that it was a better way of just offering like, this feels kind of off to me. Is this getting a perspective from somebody else?
Yeah.
Right. So I think that curious is a really awesome quality to have with air, right? Because air is, again, just so much about your ideas. It's about your vision. So remember when we did like the goals and we wrote it on a vision board? it's about your intellect. And then it's also so much about social, right? How you communicate and how you communicate with words, but also not with words, too, right? And we'll talk about that later. So one thing, and we'll have these air qualities in our show notes, and I'm hoping to keep these episodes short so that way it's going to be supportive just because we are juggling a lot always. And as always, to be able to have these conversations that sometimes are tricky. Okay. So I thought it would be really cool to have a conversation here and how we can move it into another element. Okay. So I think an air quality that is unskillful and something that we experienced, it's actually something of what started our show and something that we experienced recently is lies.
It's a good one.
Good one.
Great one.
And so what do you think happens when you lie? Like, how can that
spread?
It's spread. Oh, yeah. Right. Great.
Great connection.
She's so intellectual. You also, this brings also to what happens, like, what happens to your body?
It doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good. It's confused, right? Because something is,
like a mix of emotions.
Yeah, your body knows truth. Like your body knows truth and your body knows fiction, right? And it can quickly get out of control, right? And then what happens? Like
it'll all blow up.
What? It all blows up. All right. I'm going to take a stab at trying to share with our audience because it was super interesting, right? So Sabrina now is a junior in high school. And speaking of intellect, this is a really busy time of year for you, right? You have college to start thinking about.
PSAT.
Yeah, a lot. And she's taking a lot of advanced classes. And so this truly is, this is like the juggle. You're juggling a lot on your plate and still playing soccer. You're in a relationship. You're super social still with your friends. You are trying to do this podcast. This is really funny. This is actually another thing I want to talk about at the end too. Quickly, I'm trying to make this quick. All right. So anyways, so she's been in this relationship now for a couple months and just a few weeks ago. And Sabrina, do you think that you and I have a relationship where we try to, this is supportive of it, trying to have these conversations where I try to give you a longer leash?
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe sometimes I'm maybe the leash is too long or something. And maybe I'm just too confused. Maybe I'm too spacey, or something. But you said that you were going to spend the night at a friend's house, right? And Dad and I were at a football game, your brother's flag football game. And I came home. This was a Saturday. This is the time where I'm like typically post-call and I'm a little confused. And we finished dinner and it was a late game. And I saw a text from somebody's mom saying, "Where is Sabrina? Is Sabrina with you?" And so like immediately I was like, "What?" And so I said to Dad, "Check Sabrina's location." And actually what was really interesting, Sabrina, when I was saying it to you, don't you think that you and I have like a really open relationship? Like open relationship meaning we communicate, we talk. Because you said you're going to spend the night. And I was like, "Please make sure you're safe." And you said you're going to go to a party. And I was like, "Please know that you can call me." And then you're like, "Bye, I love you, Mom. No, I'm going to a party." And then the next thing you know, when I checked the location after I saw that text, like you're like not anywhere. You're like, you're in a neighborhood, like in a neighborhood where they has a bunch of restaurants and walking stuff. And it's also close to somebody's home. Right. And so let's just say that it was a lie. It was a lie. And it was.
Well, I went to the party.
Okay. But we
ended up.
Yeah. At some place that you weren't supposed to be. Okay. So anyways, that's a very unskillful. That's a very unskillful air quality application. And then here's the thing. So then it's like, okay, how do we bring it back to balance? And that's going to be on our next episode. So what I wanted to offer this show, this is going to be awesome. I wanted to offer, but do you see how we're making it practical? Do you understand?
Yes,
Do you understand now? Do you understand now? Okay. Fire can get out of control, your personality. Air lies as an unskillful quality, right? And so we're going to rein it back in by talking about the next element, which will be earth. And
so it can be grounded.
People should be grounded and really grounded because of that lie, but also offering to our listeners that we're going to have in the show notes. This is all from my course of really getting to know yourself. And there is just reflection questions of how you have these qualities and how you can reflect on it, and truly just how you can bring more balance into it. Okay. So that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Please rate, review, subscribe. I've gotten some really good feedback. We've gotten a lot of requests for people to be on the show. And so I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for that. So thanks for listening. Bye for now.